Hi, my name's Marissa. I'm one of the co-hosts of Book Talks podcast, and this is Reading with Riss. They just released the May Book of the Month picks, so if you want to get right into it, skip to this time. But if you're new to Book of the Month or don't know what it is, stick around. I'm going to tell you. Book of the Month is a monthly book subscription box where you get to pick 1 to 7. I'm actually not sure how many you can pick, but they generally have 5 or 7 choices of fantasy, fiction, well, those are the same kind of, historical fiction, romance, thriller, all these different genres, and they have been read, reviewed, and vetted by people at Book of the Month. That means you're getting something that's probably a 3 and up star rating, but books are subjective, so who knows, you may or may not like it, or it may be your new favorite book ever. I have been a Book of the Month subscriber for a couple years now, and I have just a shelf full of Book of the Month books, so I'm a tried and true subscriber. I really enjoy getting a new book every month, and it was my goal this year for any book I got in that month, I had to read it. So if you want to see any of those reviews, I will be posting them as I finish each book. Without further ado, let's get into the May Book of the Month picks because they may or may not be good and I may or may not have thoughts about them. First up is a mystery. It is The Return of Ellie Black by Emiko Jean. Quick take. Missing girls and small town secrets are not the only thing hiding in the woods of this Pacific Northwest outpost. It has multiple points of views, it fits like a puzzle, it's feminist, and it's unsettling. Ooh, I personally like an unsettling thriller. Sorry, it's a mystery, but really, what's the difference? I don't know. You can get this book for $5, it says. Oh, if you're new, it would be $5 your first month. And there's also an audiobook, I think, for this one. Interesting choice. Nothing about the synopsis was like, ooh, I have to get that one. But I've never read anything by Emiko Jean, so if she's a good author, let me know because I do like mysteries and thrillers. But again, nothing captivating about that synopsis. This next one is romance, and Christina Lauren, if you don't know, are a tag team best friend duo who write books together, and I have never read a less than 4-star book by Christina Lauren. This is called The Paradise Problem by Christina Lauren. Quick take. Money makes people do strange things. For example, get married for a mega inheritance, then actually fall in love. Multiple viewpoints, glamorous, salacious, and fake dating. Fake dating. Okay, if you don't know me, fake dating is like one of my favorite romance tropes. It's salacious, and I do love the idea of, you know, getting married for money and then kind of accidentally maybe falling in love, who knows. Big Christina Lauren fan. I've read, oh gosh, In a Holidays, what's that one with the pink cover? Oh my gosh, The True Love Experiment. I forget what else, but they're always good, always good. So if you're looking for a good romance for May, that's the one. The next book, and this is interesting, I don't see too many sci-fi picks on here, but they have SciFi, The Ministry of Time by Kaliane Bradley. Having trouble finding the love of your life? Have you considered that you might be looking in the wrong century? Dun dun dun! It's romance, movie-ish, emotional, and salacious. Interesting. This is an interesting pick because it sounds like it's a romance, but it's also sci-fi, so it has to do with time travel. And I don't think, I mean, it doesn't look like it's going to be anything like Outlander, but obviously Outlander, you know, no spoilers, but spoilers, is her true love in a different century? I don't know, maybe. So kind of, you know, if you're into that time travel, I think that one sounds interesting. I would be really curious to hear what people review it and kind of say about it because it sounds good. But sometimes, Book of the Month, you make your book sound good, and then I read them, and I'm like, that's fine. Like I said, I generally give 3 stars and up on Book of the Month picks, but, you know, that one sounds like it could be a 4 or 5. Okay, the next one is a fantasy, which, love fantasy, 5 Broken Blades by Corland. 5 killers unite for a high-stake quest to topple an unkillable king in this bloody, exhilarating fantasy adventure. It's 400 plus pages, LGBTQ plus themes, multiple viewpoints, and first in a series. So it is a series. So if you're getting this one, you better plan for it to potentially end on a cliffhanger because it's the first in a series, which I personally don't like for book of the month. I want standalones or a popular book in a series, just because I don't want it to end on a cliffhanger. It's so much work. Then I have to commit to the series. Come on, book of the month. I will say for this month in general, not this book specifically, they have books and categories that have themes of other genres. So like that one, 5 Broken Blades, it's in a fantasy category, but it's about 5 killers. So that kind of gives like thriller vibes. And then obviously the last one was sci-fi, but gave romance vibes. So that is interesting. Interesting. The next book we have is crime fiction, Middletide by Sarah Crouch. This is a debut novel and it's an early release. Quick Take says, this tensely atmospheric story about a failed writer's uneasy return to his hometown is steeped in the natural world. I don't know what that means. Are my reading comprehension skills bad, or did that make no sense? This tensely atmospheric story about a writer's uneasy return to his hometown is steeped in the natural world. I don't know. So probably some supernatural elements is what I think that's saying. For the good to know, it says it's slow build, writer's life, non-linear timeline, and nature. They had one of these last month where under the good to know they put nature. I don't know what that means, but I mean, the cover looks terrifying. It's of a forest. And so it's probably something about a spooky forest. That's my quick take. And the last one, I believe this is the last one. This is literary fiction. It's called Real Americans by Rachel Khong. She's a repeat author, although I haven't read her, so I have no frame of reference. But under the quick take, it says, epic and immersive, this big-hearted family saga tackles important questions of inheritance, destiny, and forgiveness. It's 400 plus pages, family drama, multiple points of view, and a nonlinear timeline. For me personally, this book sounds terrible. No, it's probably good. I'm not a fan of literary fiction, and also like 400 plus pages right now in this season of my life sounds so difficult. I currently have 2 foster puppies fighting in a cage, and I am running on very little sleep. A nonlinear timeline sounds like it'd be a lot to keep up with. This does not feel like the book I am going to choose, but if you think it sounds good, the cover is abstract and interesting, and she's a repeat author, so obviously people must like her. Okay, I think that covers all of them. They all sounded if I'm being honest. Like, just my personal take, after last month, which I thought sounded great, this month, none of the synopses really stood out to me. It was kind of just your basic standard, oh, 5 killers unite to track someone down. Oh, this girl goes to a town where someone's missing, or, you know, whatever it is. Of these, the only one I'm tempted to choose is the Christina Lauren book, The Paradise Problem, just because I've read Christina Lauren, and I don't know if my mic picked any of that up, but the puppies are just, anyway, that's really the only one I'm considering. I think The Ministry of Time sounds interesting, but it's not one I want to take a chance on this month just because I have limited time to read. But if the reviews for that one are good, I may add it to my TBR just because it does sound interesting. It's of the ones listed, I think it has the most unique original plot. So, okay, well, that is all I have for you. The camera has been shaking this whole time because the boys are fighting right by my desk, and just bear with me. I'm not wearing makeup, my hair's up, I'm in a sweatshirt. It's been rough. I was sick all last week. I have new puppies. I have a job to do. I'm trying to move apartments. We've got a lot of life things going on. But I will say, with all those life things, they're little blessings, and I should be filming some content. Whether I get time to edit it or not is another question. But just doing like a new apartment tour and moving into my apartment and finding deals and thrifting and puppies. So if you're into any of that, hit that subscribe button, come back here. I will be doing more book reviews. I've had a slow reading month, but I'm hoping this next month of May will be a little bit different than April was. Okay, thank you guys so much for coming. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, hit that subscribe, leave a comment below what you're choosing for book of the month, and I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.